Thanks again for joining us. Pause on Purpose. We're finishing up this week. We have been talking about pursuing understanding, using our senses, our emotions, our intellect, using our skills and abilities, our occupations, our vocations. Those are the things in which God uses in our daily lives to expose us to his wisdom and his understanding. And again, our word understanding this month is not about being empathetic towards someone, although that's good. We want to do that. That's more on the empathy side, and there's a Greek word for that. But this is understanding in the sense of what is our responsibility as children of God? And it's summed up in Job 28:28, to depart from evil. To fear the Lord, that's wisdom, and understanding is to depart from evil. Faith and works, to balance those out. Ephesians 4:11 puts it this way. He says, as you therefore have received Christ, walk in a manner that's worthy. It's a word picture of a weight scale. God's tipped the scales over here, and he wants us to live in such a way that we balance it out, that it's what is true of us spiritually is true of us in reality, right? In our daily living. So here's, and yesterday we talked about our first reward. And that first reward is that God would give us understanding. He would help us understand what it means to fear the Lord and gain in our knowledge of God. In other words, our expansion of our intimacy and closeness with God would increase, would grow astronomically. And we even said, let's give ourselves a 3-week challenge in pursuing understanding. Now, here's the second reward. I'm in Proverbs 2:6 again. And Solomon says, for the Lord grants wisdom, and from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Now, when we think of the Lord's mouth, number one, God's a spirit. He doesn't have a mouth, so to speak. Christ we'll see his mouth. But when we're talking about from his mouth come knowledge and understanding, he's talking about his word. That's how he speaks to us today, is right from his word. You know, everyone's got a Bible, right? Got a Bible on your bookshelf. I have one on my phone right here. And from that, God grants us and speaks to us knowledge and understanding. And so the second reward is when we pursue that, we're actually pursuing the Lord. And because God is all understanding, all knowledge, all wisdom, we're not pursuing a thing. We're not pursuing a value, although it is. But what we're really pursuing, the destination, is not just the word understanding. It's Christ. And when we begin to realize that, he gives us more of himself. And he begins to dwell more in our hearts. Those cavities that we've been withholding, those rooms that we've kept locked, because God, that's a hands-off thing. I'm not ready to talk about that yet. We begin to open those doors and we allow him to work in those closed off rooms so that he is more at home in our hearts. I hope this week's been helpful for you. I hope you understand that God really longs to have a great relationship with all of us. And it begins first and foremost by allowing our senses to pursue not only understanding, but the person of Christ himself, person of God in the person of Christ. And when we do that, what are we doing? That's right, we're going with God because, that's right, he goes with us. Have a great day, folks. God bless you.